What's up guys, it's your boy Deceptive here, back at it again with another video, and I'm sure as you've read the title, this is going to be an HCBB Ultimate Hitting Tutorial, so let's get right into it. So before we get into the tutorial, I want to point out the new batting cage update. All you have to do is go to View menu, and then go to Batting Cages, press Yes. So like the name suggests, it is a batting cage. It's basically a free version of a personal server if you just want to practice batting. You can't start a game or anything like that. It's just solely for batting. But yeah, let's get right into the tutorial. So before we start, I want to say this is for people who are intermediate or just getting into the game. It's not really for league players, but I mean, if it helps you, I'm glad. But yeah, this is mainly for the newbies out there who want to get better at hitting. With that being said, the first thing I do when I join a public game is I identify the pitcher. If the pitcher has less than, let's say, 50 to 75 strikeouts, they're probably a pretty bad pitcher and they'll only throw you strikes. If they have over 100, they're probably a decent pitcher and you want to watch out for balls. And what I mean by that is a decent pitcher will usually throw you balls that go to the corners, and they'll try and strike you out that way. A pitcher who's just starting out will typically only throw you strikes, and you can get easy home runs off of that. So after you've identified if the pitcher is actually good or not, you're going to want to choose between power and contact. I've gone over this in another video before, but just a quick rundown. Power is going to let you hit farther. Contact is going to give you a bigger hitting radius. What I mean by that is, let me just have him throw me a ball. Power, the hitting radius is a lot smaller. You have to be really precise. With contacts, if he throws you the ball and it lands right there and say you swing like right here, you'll still hit it and it'll still be a base hit most likely. So another thing I forgot to mention with this new batting cage update is added hints for pitching. So if you look at the top of the strike zone, when you press space, it'll tell you the pitch. Personally, I usually turn it off. If you want to get better at batting, I'd recommend turning it off just because you don't want to know what the pitcher's going to throw you. But to do that, you just press H on your keyboard and then it makes the hints disappear. Alright, so let's get right into the bulk of the tutorial. So a vital step to becoming a good batter is getting your windup straight. And what I mean by that is in public servers, I see people start their windup way too early or way too late. The perfect time for me is when the pitcher's foot touches the ground, and I'll show what I mean by that real quick. So as soon as his foot touches the ground, I click, and then I would swing, but that was the ball. That, in my eyes, is the perfect windup. So once you get your windup down, the rest is kind of straightforward from there. All you have to do is see if it's going to be a ball or strike, and then swing. That does take some practice and it does take a lot of experience, but a good exercise, at least in my opinion, is to go into the batting cage and just press spacebar. You don't have to wind up or swing, but see if you can call if it's a ball or strike before it gets to the strike zone. So I'll demonstrate that really quickly. Like I said, this is just a good warm-up exercise just to train your eye, I guess. But just press spacebar and just call if it's a ball or strike before it gets there. You don't have to be 100% accurate, but you'll see over time you'll get better at this. So spacebar, and that is a strike. Do it again, do it a few times. That is a strike. That was pretty easy. Do it a couple more times. That is a ball. And then just keep going. Let's see. That is a strike. These are pretty easy pitches, nothing too crazy. That is a strike. Ooh. That one was a little difficult. That one might have been called a strike. It was like 1% in the strike zone. But like I said, you don't have to be 100% accurate. Just keep going though. That is a strike. I mean, these are pretty easy pitches he's throwing to me, so it's not too hard to decipher. Strike, straight down the middle. But yeah, just do that exercise, and I mean, you'll train your eye, is what it's called in League. It's basically you'll be able to decipher it's a ball or a strike better. So once you've actually got all these down, your wind up, you've trained your eye, just put pen to paper, just wind up and swing. It's as simple as that. I mean, the hardest part, I'll say, is deciphering if it's a ball or a strike. Because a good pitcher will throw you a bunch of corners and will vary the speeds. What I mean by that is they'll start off with a fastball, and then the next pitch they'll give you a slow like sinker or something like that. But since this is a bot, I mean it's pretty easy to hit off. Doesn't take a lot of practice. But yeah, so a pro tip when you're batting, typically I don't even swing at the first pitch no matter what it is, because I'd say 75% of the time it's going to be a ball if it's an experienced pitcher. If you're in public and you see, like I said earlier, if you decipher that it is it's a new pitcher, they don't really know what they're doing, they'll typically throw you a strike. But I personally don't swing at the first pitch often. So if you guys have fixed your windup and you've got a good eye but you're still missing, try lowering or raising your DPI on your mouse. Personally, I play at 1600 DPI. I would not recommend copying me whatsoever. I'm just used to playing at 1600 DPI, so I'm good with it. Personally, I would play 800 or 400. And what this is going to do is if you're overshooting the ball, you know, if you lower your DPI, it's gonna make it easier just to be on target. So I mean, try doing that and see if you get any better hitting. Maybe it will help out. That's just another tip. So just a quick rundown of everything. First thing you want to do, it's the most common thing I see people mess up. Just fix your windup. Like I said, I personally and a lot of league players will start right when he puts his foot down, the pitcher at least. So click and then click again. That was a bad hit by me, but that's the first thing you want to do. So second thing you want to do is train your eye. So like I said, a good exercise, don't swing, just press spacebar and see if you can call if it's a ball or a strike, and see how many you get right. That's a strike. And just do that a few times and you'll train your eye eventually to be good at seeing balls and strikes. And just some pro tips to get better at batting as well. Try lowering or raising your DPI, see if that makes a difference, see if that makes you a better hitter. And then if you're in a public game, determine if the pitcher's actually good or not. So like I said, if they have like under 50 to 75 strikeouts, they're probably a pretty bad pitcher. And they'll throw you a lot of strikes, those are pretty easy to hit. If they have over 100, they are probably a decent pitcher and they'll throw you a lot of balls. Like I said, I don't usually swing on the first pitch because of that. So yeah guys, it's really as easy as that. Just follow the tips in this video and you guys will be a home run hitter in no time, and who knows, maybe even get into the HCBB league. But if this video helped, please leave a like, consider subscribing, and let me know down in the comments what you guys want to see next. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.